Man, I'm sore. That's all. That's what I will say. I'm pretty damn sore. Hope you guys are well. It was a massive weekend of arm wrestling. I'll wait for a few people to get in here and we can talk about everything that went down. But yeah, hope you guys are well. 8 of you in here so far. Um, Good morning to whoever it is in here. I'm on my mobile as opposed to on my PC, so I do apologize if I'm terrible with the reading of chats and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, as I sit here and contemplate my pain, Richard Jennings, good to see you, man. The arm wrestling onion. Thank you very much. Said what an amazing match. Yeah, it was a good match, man. I really enjoyed it. Hey, Robert Gould, good to see you. Thank you so much for all your support, Robert, throughout the event. Truly amazing your support, man. I can't thank you enough. Mark Fitzhenry, Richard Jennings, great job, Ryan. Amazing event. David Warren says Levan 7-0. Maybe not quite, was it? Yeah, this beard is getting out of control. I haven't done it. I haven't got any product in it, and it's just getting crazy. But we'll get it under control. Good to see. We got Engen's forehead taco, Kalen Todorov, NRG Media, Carlos. Good to see a bunch of you guys in here. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend's arm wrestling. Let me know in the chat. I'm super curious. What was your favorite moment of the weekend? What was your favorite moment? There's a few for me. If I look at AWE1, my favorite moment was Marcus Satirai's performance. I don't know if you caught it, but Marcus Satirai was phenomenal. And then at King of the Table, Ermis Gasparini. Whoa, what a performance that was. We'll get to that a bit more in depth as a few more people come in. Danky's arm wrestling. Taryn Broad there, he says my elbow is fried from the after pulls. Yeah, I am more sore this morning than I've ever been post any event. I am so sore. I guess that's probably thanks to Matteo Rangi. And I got into that positions where I was just like, no, I'm just going to dig in. I'm not letting this one go. I need to fight hard. And and he swung around on my arm for a while. And oh my goodness. But my arm, my elbow, my shoulder, my wrist, it's all sore. Yeah. Oh, what else we got? Let's have a look in here. Callan says Dennis and John second round was his favorite. Yeah, John, look, how good is John? The fact that John can still at age 58 do what he did was friggin' awesome. NRG says, do you think Levan quit early because he knew he'd be pinned? You know, when I was watching it, I hadn't slept, right? I'd been up all night, and so I was battling to stay awake. My ears were tuned to when I'd hear the ready goes about to happen, and I'd start watching again. But Levan, for me, it looked like I think he knew. I don't think it was about whether he was going to win the next few rounds or not. I think he genuinely was concerned for his health. I could be wrong. I don't know. He might have posted something, given us an update, but it looked like he was significantly gassed. I think that he was winning the battle of strength. He was getting on top of Hermes, even though Hermes was starting to chip through and looked freaking like outstanding. I still feel like strength-wise, he had it, but aerobically and cardiovascular, he was starting to really get concerned. So that was what was failing him. 190 kilo Levan, brutal stuff. Hey, lots of comments going in here. Robert Gould says you got ripped open that one time. I knew that was going to hurt. Yeah, when I lost my wrist, it was interesting. Rounds 1 and 2, I stuck with my top roll, and I fought hard. I tried to keep the high ground, and he ended up just gradually getting my hand. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was on the phone. It wasn't John Brzezinski, as I saw someone comment. It was Lachlan Adair. He called me after the second round, and he said to me that you're not going to win top roll v top roll. You need to change it up. He said stick with your top roll for as long as you can in the go, and then as soon as your top roll starts to fatigue and fail, commit fully to the flop press. And so that's what I did. I committed fully to the flop press, and I got Matteo Rangi within about an inch of pinning him, and then my hand came loose in the strap and all that sort of stuff. But once I committed to the flop press, my wrist was busted open. I could not. didn't matter what setup I did, I could not get wrist flexion to stay secure at all. It was just, oh, the wrist goes back every time. And so it was brutal. But I appreciate everyone saying in the chat that it was a good match. I felt like it was, like, when I'm up there in the moment, it honestly felt like it was something, it was over really quickly. I felt like, oh, he crushed me. But then everyone was saying to me, oh no, it was a good match. And I watched the video back, and I'm pretty happy that I fought as hard as I did. Yeah, I tried everything. I tried a king's move, I tried a flop press, I tried a top roll, I tried the hook. I definitely didn't get the hook anywhere near it. It was the last round where I tried the hook. But yeah, I appreciate all the support and from everyone in respect to that. But yeah, Dave Chapman says, great match. Mateo's pronation looked really strong. Yeah, his bicep, man, his bicep and back pressure static is so significant in the setup that you spend so much energy just trying to deal with that, and subsequently his pronation just is, yeah, I couldn't put any eggs in this basket because I had to put them all in this basket just to hang with him. But he's a strong man, that's for sure. Dan73, thanks man. He says, respect to you, Ryan, for taking on the Maori. Hermes officially number 2. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Hermes, I think, is officially number 2. We all saw it. He did better against Levan than Devin did, and than anyone has. He showed that Levan is human. There were opportunities there. Like, you could see the spirit in Hermes Gasparini. He was alive to the possibility of winning. He could feel it, and he was close. At the end of the day, he was close. And a lot of people have talked about Jerry Cataret and all that sort of stuff. He's going to be the man to beat Levan, and I can see why people believe that. But for me, there is something missing in Jerry's game that Hermes has. It's all that back pressure. A lot of those stops happened because of the back pressure initiation. I'm not sure that if just coming straight forward like Jerry would necessarily get the stops on a fresh Levan going sideways. But nevertheless, we did see that if Levan gets stopped and overpronated, he does struggle to finish. You can find his bicep. If Jerry's in that position, yeah, you'd have to say it'd go well. Just looking at a few of the comments. Yeah, NRG says he needs more cardio. Absolutely, he does. What else we got? Dan73 says, love what's happening in the AWE. Yeah, thank you, man. Look, once again, I know I thanked everyone in the stream yesterday, but I really do want to sincerely thank everybody that supported, not just the people who purchased the pay-per-view, but the people that just supported the channel in the build-up, that watched the free view. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was really, for our first outing, I was really happy. My favorite thing was the replays, the action replays and the slow motion replays when the referees were reviewing a decision. I love that everyone who was watching the live stream got to see it as well. That was awesome. Roger Cunningham, hi Blue Bowen, or is that hi Big Boy, or hi beautiful something else? Good to see you too, Roger. What else we got? 58 kilos difference between Hermes and Levan, and it was a 56 kilo difference between myself and Mateo Rangi. Yeah, it was good fun. Mark Fitzhenry says, Ryan, we love you because you represent the common man. I appreciate that, Mark. I'm sticking around, that's for sure. I love this too much to ever hang it up. So yeah. Hey, NRG's just sent me a US $10 super chat. Thank you very much, man. He says, don't shave. How long can it get? I don't. It's funny, you know, like, you guys know me, that, as I said, this is my career, so I'm always thinking about marketing. I'm always thinking about stuff like that. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I'm not going to get rid of this is because I can market it as a brand. I can pick up a sponsor or something. I don't know, and it'll just help me grow everything we're doing. I'll keep it going, but man, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. We got another one in from USS Liberty, never forget, $4.20 super chat, 420. There we go. Tell us about the time Neil and Matarangi pulled. I didn't see that, but Matarangi had just lost his match to Mindaugas Dolskus, and he was pulling everybody in the room. So yeah, it was after pulling. It was fresh Neil and Matarangi beat up and sore. So take from it whatever you want, but doesn't mean too much. But thank you, USS Liberty. Never forget for the super chat. You're the man. Where was I? Now I'll scroll back up after we just got those super chats. Let me go. Tall Paul Hutchins. Yeah, talking about. He says, "Well, you'll only keep getting better, man. Just keep on training. You're doing what you love." And one that was a great match indeed. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I love, like I said, from the production side of things. I thought it was great. There's obviously heaps to improve, but I was happy with was the replays. We need a better stage situation. We had 5 cameras going, 2 roaming cameras. So I was happy in a lot of senses. Yeah, sound, I'd like to get that better, but being on YouTube, you can't have anybody music on because you get copyright strike and the video comes down, so it's tricky. Dave Anderson says Aramis broke Levan. In some respects, and he did, didn't he? It'll be interesting to see what Levan does moving forward, with that concern for his aerobic capacity and his cardiovascular capacity. Can he sustain what he's doing? I don't know. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Apologies for that, guys. Yeah, can he sustain it? Can he? I don't know. Like he's a big dude, 188 kilos. There's a lot of arm wrestler, and he's got to be careful with his health at the end of the day. I mean, I got Marcus Satiro and Mato Arangi here they're both 160, 165 kilos. And we were talking last night about heart health, and for big boys like that, it's like they're very aware of those things, and Levan would have to be as well. So, yeah, I don't know if it is sustainable. I don't know. What else we got? John Boy says, "Have you talked about plans for the future already?" Yeah. So plans for the future definitely. AWE2 will let the dust settle from yesterday. Myself, Matt Conley, Dave Stockbridge, we will put our heads together and we will talk about AWE2. There will be an AWE2 for sure. We will endeavour to get some internationals on the card. Hopefully we won't get any more injuries or last minute cancellations, but yeah, there'll be more. Lachlan Adair will definitely feature on the next one. And a lot of the guys that we saw from today, like I want to see big Marcus Atirai take on Gunter's Baikovs. They were both winners yesterday. Marcus looked phenomenal. What he was throwing his opponents. He took on two guys, bit them both, and literally was throwing them across the table. I've never seen someone as strong as what I saw Marcus yesterday. It was intimidating. Got another super chat in from NRG Media, $2 US. Thank you, brother. Would Todd have been an easier or harder matchup? Look. I don't know. I've never pulled him. Stylistically, I'll say that I would have preferred to pull Todd. I prefer taking on hookers. That's just my thing. I enjoy it more. So stylistically, I think Todd was easier, but Todd's much more established than Mato Arangi. For the obvious reasons, I think that out of respect to Todd, I'd have to say he would have been a stronger human. But look, Mato Arangi's a big man. 165 kilos, thick thumb, and he's a 270 kilo bench presser. He's a strong lad, but look, I do hope that I get the opportunity to actually to pull Todd. Hey, Josh Barker says, "Can't wait to meet you someday, Ryan Bowen." Can't wait to meet you too, Josh Barker. I think Josh Barker, you're probably upstairs from me where I am at the moment, so you probably you can come meet me if you want. Funny bastard. Ultra Meta 14 says, "Hey Ryan, do you maintain your position that Devon is number 2?" No, I think Aramis is number 2 now, but Aramis and Devon is a match now that has to happen, and I think there's no way Devon would deny it. I think he'd be keen as well. So I think Aramis and Devon absolutely is the match. But if I had to rank them right now, I give Aramis number 2 based on his performance last night. Hey, Engans forward Taco with a US 4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. You're the man. He says allowing 5 to 8 minutes of recovery after a foul during Hermes versus Levan. Yeah, okay. I didn't notice that. Um, oh, digging it just told me Dennis called out Devon. Well, there we go. Okay, awesome stuff. I know. Yeah, I know Devon has wanted that. But back on the Engans forehead taco super chat. Yeah, when I was at King of the Table, I remember the left hand match between David Khan and Morozov took forever, and every slip and every little moment of a foul resulted in 5 minutes between and I agreed at the time. I was having the same thoughts of like, this shouldn't be happening. We should stick to the timing rules and call the opponent back up. But at the end of the day, the referees play it by ear, and I know that if I was in a situation where I felt my opponent was gaining an advantage by having an extra long break over me, I would speak up. I would talk to the ref and say, "Hey, 1 minute rest. Remember what's going on. Why bring him up now? And if he doesn't come up, foul him." I'd talk like that. But I think a lot of the time, I suspect that both athletes were happy for the rests at times. So they were both working hard, both struggling. I know Levan was on top early when it came to the hand control and that he looked like the stronger man. And Hermes was working real hard to stay in the battle, and he did. So I think Hermes would have been happy as well. And get us confirmed Dennis v. Devon, East vs West 9, says Edward Black. Well, there you go. That's awesome. Who's not going to get excited over that? That's massive. And what a good match too. I think Devon wins, but great match. I think the current version of Devon is really something special. I think he's evolved to the twisted tree root style arm wrestling that he is. Hey, Jay Farrell, another super chat, US $4.99. Thank you very much, man. He said, "Is it a bad look for arm wrestling to see the top guys not even able to finish 6 rounds of arm wrestling? This opens the door even more for Jerry." Is it a bad look? Look, it does happen often in 6-round super matches. It happened in my match yesterday. Matei Orangi didn't want to pull rounds 5 and 6. I did want to pull it, but he didn't want to, and he'd won the match already. So we just didn't pull it. And so I don't consider it a 4-2. We just stopped the match. I don't think it's necessarily a bad look. It might be a bad look in terms of if the reason we're stopping is because we're running out of gas and we're aerobically looking good. That's not a good image, but where you see it in strength sports, I guess, pretty often that the big dudes lifting the big numbers, they push their bodies as hard as they can, and something's got to give sometimes. So yeah, but in respect to it opening the door for Jerry, like, it's funny, Jerry, as big as Jerry is, and like, Jerry sweats more than anyone else I've seen. He'll be sweating 2 seconds into the match, he's pouring out sweat, but he does have the ability to stay in a match for a long time. So you got to give him credit to that, as even though it looks like he's about to have a heart attack, he just continues and continues and continues. So it does open the door for Jerry. I do agree. It seems obvious now that if you had to pick a match for Levan, it's Jerry. It has to be Jerry. And look, can you imagine if Jerry was the man to do it? It would just be nuts. It would be nuts that if Jerry was the man to do it. Aramis showed that there's a door there, and if anyone's going to walk through it, it's Jerry. It's kind of crazy. All right. So Devon just released a video where he said, this is coming from Cheyenne. He's just saying in a comment, Devon just released a video where Devon said he will face Dennis only if he beats KoTT. There you go. Fair enough. I think he will beat KoTT. Procrastinator, good to see you, man. Thank you. Procrastinator, you've been one of my members for so damn long. Thank you for everything. Said it seemed like Bill screwed up with the enforcement of running fouls. We would have seen Hermes get a pin if it was used properly. Yeah. And the running off the back of a pad when you're in a open bicep position and someone's flop pressing, I agree. I don't like it being restarted. I like that just being a victory. If you run off the back, it should be a victory. But yeah, I'd have to, like I said, I was struggling to stay awake watching it. I know these matches are exciting, but I was so tired. I missed a lot of the details, but I'll go back and have a look again. Um, Another super chat from USS Liberty. Never forget 420. Thank you, man. It says female referees at the next King of the Table, please. Yeah, it's interesting. Like the female referees are some of the best referees in the sport, without a doubt. I've been ref by the Ukrainian referee. Was it Elena Kuzmich? The Polish referee, Judy, I think her name is, and they were fantastic. And there is something to that, in that having a female referee, I think it will bring out the best in the athletes too, in the respect that I don't think they're going to be as obnoxious towards the referee if it's a female. I don't think you'll see the Devon Larratt, Michael Todd style getting right in the face and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd have no protests at all to that. I think it'd be great. Tall Paul said, "Did you miss not commentating King of the Table?" Yeah, I did. I would have loved to have been there for sure. And look, Ryan and Ozzy did a freaking awesome job. They always do. Love those two guys. They're both very supportive of everything, arm wrestling and all my stuff included. They helped promote the AWE and sent me lots of nice, kind messages. But I would have loved to have been there. And to answer that story, like, I know a lot of people ask me why the hell was AWE on the same weekend as King of the Table. So the story behind that was both King of the Table and ourselves, we booked that date well and truly in advance of either of us knowing. AWE announced the date, and we'd been public for about 3 weeks, and then King of the Table, I got a message from them saying, we're on the same weekend, what can we do? And we looked at it, and it was impossible to move for either of us, and for obvious reasons. When you book flights for athletes, when you've booked hotels, when you've booked a production crew, you just can't do it. So thankfully the time zone was different enough that we were nine hours apart or something like that. But yeah, it made for a great weekend of arm wrestling at the end of the day. So I hope if you watch both of them that you enjoyed it, and because I had a great time. But I would have loved to have been at King of the Table. I was intended to be there. They'd had me lined up. I don't know if I can't remember. It was never official, but there was intent for me to pull Khaled on a first fresh, and to commentate. So we'll see if that resurfaces for King of the Table 7. We'll see. All right, what else we got going on? All right, just having a read through. Wax on, wax off says that we need a huge referee that's 400 pounds and not a 150 pounder that seems intimidated. You need Travis Bajan. He's my favorite referee because he'll sit there and say, "I'm damn stronger than both of you, so you listen up, right? Don't move. Where to go?" That's what Travis does with refereeing, and he is my favorite referee. NRG Media, thank you very much, brother. Another $10 super chat. Thank you. You said, is it possible to go straight to the strap? I feel the only thing making arm wrestling not going mainstream is the time lapse between pulls, when 98% of the time it's strap. It is strap a lot of the time, but it would be a disservice to the sport if we just went straight to straps, because there's so much of the sport is that first start. Even when there's two slips happening, there's still fatigue that one man is putting into the other man's wrist. There's normally someone winning the high ground and someone dumping and running. And when you're the man winning that high ground, you start to fatigue your opponent's wrist during that, and they're valuable moments. And the deeper you get into arm wrestling, the more you actually start to enjoy watching all of those things, including the slips and the setups. And I don't want to rush straight to a strap, even though it would keep the pace of things going. I reckon. Keep him. Tall Paul Hutchins says, "Haha, awesome Bajan impression. Hey man, my name's Travis Bajan." What the? Anyway, I do enjoy doing a Travis voice. What else we got? Yeah, Robert Gould says, "I don't want to go to the strap straight away." Grip and Rip, Kyle Howard, good to see you, brother. And one of the boys from Western Australia said, "Nice job with the event, top quality. Looking forward to the next one." Yeah, thank you, Kyle. We'd love to get you involved in it as well, mate. always been a big fan of yours. So thank you very much for the support and for the encouragement. Ryan Bowen, in your honest opinion, what's the key factor to beating Levan now? From Mark Meyer. Well, I think we saw the cracks starting to appear in Levan's game last night. I think that the pack of sharks are closing in. Yeah, to use the another analogy, I mean, when you're on top of the mountain, it's tricky when you break away from everyone like Levan has done, and everyone starts hunting you, and everyone starts breaking down your game. It gets difficult to defend, and what we saw last night with Ermis Gasparini was evidence that he's beatable. Levan was still too strong last night, but he is beatable. The back pressure. So the first thing is you need massive back pressure to be able to stop yourself from being steamrolled. We saw that from Hermes last night. He had sufficient back pressure. Once you've got sufficient back pressure, there's any number of ways that you can skin the cat. If Jerry Caderet can get into the same position Hermes was in last night, I think Jerry will win. I'm not sure Jerry can get there. I'm not sure he has the back pressure to survive the initiation, but that's one formula for it. Enough rising back pressure followed by the King's move from a Devon Larratt style is possible for sure. But with the names like Morozov and that on the rise, young guys like that they will continue to rise. They'll close in, and I think the key is, like I said, enough back pressure to survive, and then take Levan into a long match. We saw last night he doesn't have the endurance aerobically to really push through. So yeah, that's what I reckon. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys. I was awake all last night. Loud music on, went out, and it's terrible. I haven't been out in years like that, and the music's awful. Digging It says another strategy would be breathing in close to Levan, stealing most of the oxygen. Let me scroll back up, see if there's any interesting comments that I missed. 120 of you guys in here. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Hit that like button for me if you could. That'd be awesome. What else we got? Just scrolling up, looking for any comments or questions that are jumping out as super interesting. So, guys, if you haven't seen my match with Mate Iwarangi, after this live, I'm going to upload it. So I'll edit it and upload it, and you'll be able to see it. So I do appreciate everyone that was in the pay-per-view. Like I said, you guys really helped out a lot. One thing I will say, I had made comments prior to the event as a celebration of 100,000 subscribers or approaching that I wanted to give away some money to one of you guys. Unfortunately, we're a long way away from a profit, mostly because of the cancelled flights from Chance Shaw and Todd Hutchins and all those situations. We ended up in a situation where we were $5,500 down before anything happened. So it was a long way short. I sold 308 pay-per-views. So we raised back $3,000, but made a big loss. So I do apologise that I don't have anything that I can give away. So, but we're still a way off the 100,000 subscribers. So I'll revisit the idea. It might be perfect for AWE2 or something like that. As soon as I do make a profit on an event, I do want to give you guys the opportunity to win some cash. So White Wolf comes in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. Sup, Ryan. He says Collins allowed John to accrue 2 fouls in one round without stopping the match. But as soon as Levan fouled, he stopped it. When it looked like Hermes was behind in the shoulder and going for it. I do agree there was a moment where Hermes appeared as though he was going to pin Levan, and Levan, his elbow off the back, gets a restart. I agree. If it's going to be running fouls, it should be running fouls and stay running fouls. If somebody's running foul is so significant that it goes off the back too far that it can't continue, I in my opinion, would just call that a win to the other person. The AWE was one of the rules we instituted was the professional foul, and how we defined the professional foul was any foul or any deliberate foul that is used to either gain victory or prevent a loss. So if you deliberately go off the back of the pad and it prevents an impending loss, it's just a straight up professional foul, you lose. I agree, Hermes did everything in that round in particular. He did it twice in that round, I think, and both of them got restarted, and Levan got away with it. So I agree, it shouldn't happen. Call it the professional foul, and yeah, get it done. Johnny Cooper 14.99. Thank you very much, man. He said, "Will you try to take on Michael Todd for AWE2?" Well, you heard the announcements. You saw Michael Todd. We dropped Michael Todd's name as a confirmed name for attendance at AWE2. The who will be taking him on is to be announced shortly. We'll get to it. I assure you, we'll get to it. It's either going to be myself, Matteo Orangi, or Lachlan. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much, Johnny Cooper, for that super chat. We will see, and I'll let you know real soon. Robert Gould's been a member for 7 months. Thank you very much. Did everyone hear that Michael Todd tore his right bicep today? I should have scrolled down. There you go. Okay, well, if Michael Todd tore his right bicep today, then for goodness me. I hadn't heard, Robert. I hadn't heard, but if that's the case, the curse of booking a match with me is very real. I think that's Chance Todd Michael, if that's the case. But my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Yeah, Robert said he saw it on Facebook. There we go. I'll have to go and give Mike a call after this. But if that's the case, man, I feel sorry for him. Yeah. Okay. Best quality I've ever seen. Says 7586. Good stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. What have we got? Jay Coben says Monster Michael Todd will be back better than ever. Monster Michael Todd 25.0. Yeah, poor old Mike. He's taken some heat off me, which has been something I've appreciated. Hey, White Wolf. He says, Foster, 100% agree. What are you agreeing with? Let me scroll up. Foster. He says, in a boxing match, you can win every round, but get knocked out and lose the whole thing. It's interesting. I did see a few people comment saying that Hermes should have won because his opponent gassed out and gave up. And if we're scoring it like that, if it's all down to who just wins the final round, then yeah, it can happen. It'll be a fascinating thing to score arm wrestling like that. To say that if you fully injure your opponent, like if you're down 5 rounds to 1 or 5 rounds to 0, and then your opponent gets injured, is that a victory? Oh, I don't know. I think the way we do it at the moment is probably the best way, but it'd be a fascinating thing to score it like that. Pele Chamberlain said, "Would you pull Crassi?" You know, I would love to pull Crassi. I really would. I would be both honoured and excited and nervous about that. I would love to pull Crassi. Probably if I could pick anyone to pull, just for my own personal progression and things like that, it probably would be Crassi. Crassi is a great hook puller. He's a legend of arm wrestling. He's above me in the ranks, which is, I love taking on guys above me in the ranks. Yeah, so maybe it can be Crassi. I haven't spoken to him about it, but look, yeah, that's a great suggestion. I would love to do it. When is North versus South? Well, the North keeps getting injured. Every time I ask for a match with someone from the North, they get injured. Funny. Someone said delusional Michael Todd laying down just to stick Paul Italia is probably the most shameful thing he's ever seen in arm wrestling. Well, it's interesting. I think the tension between Michael Todd and Paul Italia was what it is. And he got back at Paul by doing that that's pretty. I don't know, that's the row between them is pretty funny. But there we go. But anyway, Robert Gould said I saw Rebecca Todd comment on the post and say something about his Michael's left is going to get strong now. So I'm pretty sure it did happen. There we go. There we go. So we'll wait for some news from the Michael Todd camp on that officially. Not sure they'll put a video out. Do you think Rick Chain says, do you think Levan's next opponent should be Cataract? Yes, I do. I think that's the right match. He probably doesn't have that many more matches in him, Levan. Like he's someone who pulls once, maybe twice a year. I don't know how long he's going to be able to maintain what he's doing. But yes, Jerry has to be the man. After what we saw last night, he has to be the man. Potts RH, a $5 super chat. Top 8 in Brisbane currently. Oh, okay. If I give you the Brisbane ranks, I say Lachlan Adem is number 1. I say I am number 2. I say Marcus Atira is number 3. I say Fatali Mateo is number 4. Number 5. Number 5, I say Torben Pelican. Number 6, I will say Sam Burnett. Number 7, yeah, there's people like Tom Iglesias making a comeback, and then Jordan Davis as well. That's how I'd go currently. Good question. Thank you, Potts RH, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate it a lot. Drew24 says the resolution for this video is super low. Is it? I apologize. In the hotel downstairs. I imagine it should be good, but I apologize if it's not. Armbreak says, hey Ryan, great show last night. The whole event was really well done. Today's event was just insane. Just a great weekend of arm wrestling. And thank you very much, Armbreak. And look, I appreciate what you're doing for the sport too, Armbreak. Armbreak has been writing some outstanding articles I've been seeing them drop on Facebook. Thank you for the coverage you've shared for the sport as well. The written content like that is an awesome creative in itself. I love it. Most people gravitate toward videos, but when someone does a good job of written articles, it stands out to me as awesome. So Armbreak, love what you're doing. A really big fan of yours. Keep it up, man, and thank you for your support. All right, let's see what else is going on. Pele says you could be Pavlo from the image. Yeah, I don't know. I still have gaps here. It's still not quite big enough, but it's something. Hey, Tech Almighty comes in with a super chat, 125 pesos, is it? Thank you, man. He said, why did Aussie said Levan went King's move under the table round 1 year? And then coach corrected him after, and so many are confused. Many attack Levan. Yeah, there was definitely no King's move from Levan. It was the top roll. Almost every top roll goes under the table. Levan's arm was 90 degrees still. And it was a top roll. Definitely not a King's move. I think Jake was just getting excited. I'm glad coach did pull him up on it. I had a bit of a chuckle to myself when I heard that one. But thank you very much, Tech Almighty, for the super chat. Ivan Jiang says, who do you have for Lachlan versus Heather Morris? Yeah, I thought that's a friggin' great question. They're going to be facing in a super match in May. They've had that booked for a long time, so it's not that far away. That was just something between them that they want to do. Look, they're both freaks. We saw how strong Mata Urangi was yesterday. Styles do make matches. Lachlan got the victory over him and over the top. Mata Urangi's very hungry. Honestly, it's one of those. It could go either way, man. They're both very similar level to each other. It's going to come down to little adjustments. They're both strong enough to get the victory. It's going to come down to the lanes. What I felt yesterday from Mate Rangi, his back pressure pronation is solid. He was very good against me. He was very patient. He didn't make errors. He made awesome adjustments against me. So I think he's improving a lot. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I think he's improving a lot. But same as Lachlan. Now that Lachlan finally has a decent training partner in myself, I can finally make Lachlan have to think rather than just simply him being too strong for me. It means he's going to improve a lot as well. So I think the super match between them is going to be a freaking absolute cracker. All right. What else we got? Yeah, so people arguing over the rules and is it first to four or is it best of six? It's first to four is really watch rounds just for the glory of it. I like if I'm losing a match, if I'm down 4-0, I want to keep going. I'm chasing my opponent constantly. I want to work out a way. I want to get close as I can. I want to leave everything. I personally, you'll never see me ask for a match to stop. Sometimes, like yesterday, my opponent asked for them, but yeah. Real sorry about how much I'm losing my voice, guys. Rick Chain says, will you keep adding weight for your quest for top tier elite level? How far are you willing to go? So I was 107 kilos for the event yesterday, and that was clothed. That was with getting the shoes on and things like that. I was 107, so I'm really 105. I think that 105 is where I'll stay for a good amount of time. I think I've had a big spike in weight with all the powerlifting I've done in the last 6 months, and that has been reasonably significant. I don't expect to get a big spike like that again because I've had that kind of new adaptation to this training, and I think it's going to be a more of a slow grind from here. So I expect to stay at 105 for quite a bit of time, and yeah, I'll do my best to try to climb those ranks, get myself into the top 10 in the world at 105. That'd be a big goal. Robert Gould, US 99, thank you, brother. He said, I sent you a Facebook post just now. All right, give me a second, Robert. I'll try to. I'm not sure if I can open up. Hang on a second, Robert. I can't open it, Robert. If I open it, I apologize, man. I don't want to put you guys. Digging it says, I think your body just needs to get used to the extra workouts. So, yep. Oh, yeah, I'm really happy with where I'm at. Robert, was it something in respect to the Michael Todd thing or what? Either way, man, let us know in the comment section what it was, and I can talk about it. No worries, just for later. All right, man, I will definitely check it out. Thank you very much, brother. What else we got? Yeah. So a few people still talking about the definition of a king's move. King's move definitions are debatable. For me, how would I define the king's move? I would define the king's move as an open arm dragging defense. An open arm dragging and a pronated an open arm with a pronated dragging defense is what I would describe a king's move as. So very different from a top row. All right, what else we got? Sent to my WhatsApp. Thanks, Robert. About Michael Todd. All right, I'll check it. But you look like, could you use data instead of Wi-Fi? Actually, on my data. Maybe the signal's just bad in here. I apologize. Robert Gould says, man, I would find it hard to not be frustrated if I were you dealing with all these setbacks, but you seem to deal with it fine. Yeah, thanks, Robert. Look, yeah, I seem to be cursing everyone that I try to set a match with gets injured. These things happen, man. These frustrations. I know you'd understand as a businessman and all that you can't dwell on things. If you dwell on things and you get stuck down in the negativity of what could have been or what should have been, and you lose the ability to move forward more effectively. So I've always been a water off a duck's back kind of guy, and not that stuff doesn't affect me, it does, but I'll always then just move on. Hey, I just saw Mate Irarangi has just surfaced. It looks like he's just checking out. I'll see if I can wave him down. We can have a chat with him as well. Let me just go get him. We can say good day to the beast. How are you, brother? Say good day to YouTube, brother. We're live. We've got 132 of us in here. There he is, the man. How are you feeling after the pull yesterday?
I feel pretty sore.
I'm glad you said a little. I am more sore than I've ever been in my life post-match.
My pronator is pretty.
My wrists, my elbow, my shoulder are all just absolutely brutal.
I feel honoured to give that to you, mate.
You heading home?
Well, yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just killing time till I'm at the airport, so I got a bit of time, but yeah.
Are you eating?
Not yet, but yeah, you come and join us.
Yeah.
Come and join us. I'm just hanging out with YouTube. Alrighty. Sorry, bro. Yeah, so there we go. The beast, Mate Irarangi hit tomorrow, coming in to join me here as we hang out. Let's see if I can put this. Let's sit somewhere and have a chat with these guys. Where do you want to sit, man? Beautiful. So then we got a special guest, Mate Irarangi. If you guys have any questions for him, he's the man. You got him right here.
Let's talk about Levine and Herbs.
Yeah. Have you seen it now?
I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I watched it live. What was your take?
I was surprised.
He's beatable, isn't he? Like
Yes.
that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
You've gripped Levine. Yeah. You've actually felt his hand, and you've got to pull him. And how do you think anyone can beat him after what you saw?
I think Jerry Cataract will be a good contender
Yeah.
with that press.
Do you think Jerry has the back pressure to get to that position safely, or like because Hermes got that position after having massive back pressure, didn't he? Yeah. What's going on in here? Let's have a look. What people are saying. Oh yeah, did you hear? You know,
Did he fuck his bicep up?
he's just torn his bicep apparently. Literally, you book a match involving me, you will injure yourself. Except for Mate Irarangi, he don't get injured. He's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Monster Michael Todd has apparently busted his bicep, and that happened hours after I announced that he's going to be involved in AWE.
What was happening? Who did he
I don't know the story. I got to find out. Sorry. Let me have a look. Jerry doesn't really use back pressure much, does he? Says Robert Gould. Yeah, he just comes forward no matter what. And I'd be concerned for Jerry on would he be able to survive the first surge of Levine going sideways.
Yeah, true.
Where are you training out of, Mate Irarangi?
Where I train out of?
Yeah, where you training? Jake Coburn asking that one.
I train out of my shed, brother.
Your shed?
Yeah.
You're someone, table time or gym?
Both.
Both?
I believe arm wrestling is a strength sport, first and foremost.
Yeah, good stuff. Ryan, where would you rank Dennis? Top 10. Did you see Dennis's match?
No, it doesn't.
He won 6-0 over John, but John fought hard. John got genuine stops. The rounds were long. I would put Dennis right now, I'd rank him 4. I would go Levine, Hermes, Devon, Dennis.
Yeah, Devon and Dennis.
Yeah, and apparently Devon and Dennis has been confirmed East vs West. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying Michael's just posted a vid about the bicep. Yep, there you go. The beast has leveled up, says Robin.
Thank you, Bob.
Looks, he will beat Adair in May.
That's what Bowen said too.
They asked me about that before, like just 5 minutes ago, and I was saying, to be honest, I said, man, you guys are very similar level. Very similar level. It's a brutal match, but when does that happen?
May 2nd or May 3rd.
You guys going to be live or anything for that?
I think.
On your channel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, guys, Mate Irarangi, head to Morris the Beast on YouTube. Get amongst it. If you want to see him bench pressing stupid numbers and things like that. People say my internet connection is better now. Very good. Very good.
You're welcome.
What else we got?
Have you eaten?
I haven't eaten, man.
I'll get us some food.
All right, Mate Irarangi's going to go get us some food. I'll keep chatting.
You want a drink or something?
Actually, an orange juice or something would be great, man. Thank you. Digging it says, after Chance Shaw pulled out, I believe I was the first one to mention Mate Irarangi. Looks like you were the correct one. Yeah, I get so much respect for him for jumping in last minute like he did. It saved a lot of the event in many respects. If Mate Irarangi hadn't turned up, I wouldn't have had a match. There wouldn't have been an opponent of the caliber that would have matched with me, and it just would have been a letdown a lot. So, yeah, for him to jump over at 3 days' notice, yeah, I love that. I love when people don't dodge matches. I love when people just are brave and just take it. They're not afraid of a loss. And yeah, Mate Irarangi, 3 days' notice when he knew that I'd been perfectly rested and had been on a big run of training and was perfectly peaked for it. So yeah, I got a lot of time. What else we got? Legend of Nelda says, remember when delusional Michael Todd thought he could face Levan? Could you imagine comparing Hermes and Levan to Michael Todd? Yeah, it's been I feel for Michael. It's been a downward spiral for him on his competitive level. Michael's a legend of the sport. I think he's in respect to his results. Yeah, he's achieved some amazing things. So I got to give him credit. But yeah, he's unfortunately he's slid down a fair way. Digging It wants to know about Mark Hunt. I'll wait for Mate Irarangi to get back. I'm not sure if he knows Mark Hunt. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure he would be a strong arm wrestler, but there is a lot more to arm wrestling than just being strong, for sure. Ryan, what's the Oz rankings right now, in your opinion? Yeah, I guess the Oz rankings right now, it's Lachlan 1, me 2, Marcus 3, Vitaly Mateo 4, Mario Tembakas 5. Well, the Gunter's Baikov's now, he's back. Sorry, I can't say Mario 5. I'll say Gunter's Baikov's 5, Mario 6. And then we're into the people like Brett Coots, 7. Yeah. And the list goes on. Lachlan Carpenter, 8, I reckon. I put actually Lachlan Carpenter ahead of Brett Coots, sorry. Yep. What else we got going on? Armbreak says, I'm not sure if you have touched upon it yet, but did you feel as though the slow setup and goes were too hard to time and messed with your timing to hit? Yeah, I appreciate you asking the question. And yeah, I did. The referee, Tim Graham, is a good friend of mine. Definitely nothing personal against him, but I think that does need to be improved. I think that was an error. The matches did lose the ability to be snappy. It was hard to hit yesterday because the pace of the referee's grips were very slow. Mate Irarangi's back. He's agreeing. Did you like or dislike the starts yesterday?
Well, first and foremost, I appreciated the riffs.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit longer.
Yeah, it was a weird initiation, wasn't it? It was different. But yeah, it was.
And it was go, not ready go.
Yeah, it was completely different one. I haven't experienced that before. And the thing is, I've been refereed by Tim before, and that's not what he used to do. So I don't know what that was, but it did affect it. I think we saw less hits than we normally would,
and a lot more like false starts that shouldn't have.
Yeah. People were like expecting as soon as that second hand gets closed that it's a go, and it just didn't happen. Mark Hunt. Someone was asking about Mark Hunt. Do you know Mark Hunt? Have you met him?
Yeah, I know Mark. He's a good friend of mine.
He's a good friend. There you go. Have you gripped him?
Yep.
Is he strong on the table? I imagine he would be.
He's strong. Bro. He's got a big fucking hand.
There you go. That's pretty cool. How about the jiu-jitsu yesterday that we... You guys see the jiu-jitsu, the backyard jiu-jitsu?
Have you put it up?
Yeah, it's up.
Yeah.
I put it up, yeah. You're the thumbnail. You on top of Mario is the thumbnail.
That was great, bro.
Funny stuff. But yeah, there we go. So Mata Urangi has gripped. Have a look, guys. Let me. If you haven't seen it already, have a look. There's the thumbnail. Mata Urangi on top of Mario Tembarkas. You have to watch this video. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's funny. It's great stuff.
What a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Poor Mario.
Yeah. So, what would it take to get Mark involved in the sport? Is he at all interested?
Nah, he's retired, eh?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Beautiful.
What about what was that young guy's name that beat Barrett?
Oh yeah, Hamza Hodji.
What
We
an animal.
all thought that Jamie Barrett was going to be the man, but Hamza, he doesn't look that strong, but he was amazing, and everybody that gripped him on the side table said, "Wow, that dude's real deal."
Yeah.
I didn't pull him. Did you grip him? But yeah, he beat Jamie convincingly, and Jamie's a stud.
I feel like Jamie went a bit too confident, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he would be confident, though, wouldn't he? Like, coming up, he beat Vasquez Sorgan, 3-time WAF champion.
Yeah.
So you'd be feeling
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You'd be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got? Guys, we might go for about 5 more minutes, then I think the food will arrive, so we'll call it quits then. So if you've got any burning questions for myself or Mate Urangi, shoot them through now.
Gee, that's decent, bro.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's nice.
It's better than TikTok, mate.
Yeah. It's not what always happens, but yeah, look, before everyone takes off too, I just want to thank everyone for the support. AWE, thank you for your support, for turning up
Cheers, bro.
with only 3 days notice. It was awesome. Good seeing both of you yesterday, says Hux. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, brother. White Wolf, they're chatting away.
Yeah, I know White Wolf.
White Wolf's in a lot of lives. He's a good dude. Pele, what do we got here? Talking about Michael Todd. Hermes versus Pancake Devon. Who you got? Hermes on Devon. You stay with a face.
I think Erms might have the edge. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Devon will be able to turn him into a defensive hook.
Yeah, it's a good match, isn't it? I think Hermes wins.
Yeah.
I think Hermes wins, but it's scary against Devon. Yeah, White Wolf saying get over to Arm God. Absolutely. Look, I went big shout out to Marcus Thompson and the Arm Gods crew. They bought a lot of memberships for people yesterday. I saw that.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they were in the chat themselves buying pay-per-view, gifting pay-per-views.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Was that
Marcus,
Paul Maiden?
Marcus Thompson, Paul Maiden, yeah, Arm Gods crew. They were friggin' awesome. All right, guys. So we might wrap this one up. 125 you in here. Hope you are having an enjoyable evening. Doing what you're doing. Oh, there we go. Super chats just crept in from Johnny Cooper. Thank you, Johnny, with $7.99 Australian. Says, what happened with RVJ? Would you two ever pull? RVJ. I tell you, RVJ. I have no faith that he would actually turn up.
He likes to stir the pot.
Yes, I have no doubt. Look, I would love to pull RVJ. I would. I really, really would. And I think a lot of people would enjoy watching it because there'd be some real interesting tension between us. I just don't have faith that he would turn up. I've tried a bunch of times. It hasn't worked out. I've had other promoters try, and it didn't work out. RVJ's list of demands are too long.
True.
He won't do it. But maybe one day I just turn up at his house and knock on his door and I go live on YouTube and we pull.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff's pretty fun anyway.
That's what Devon does.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna wrap it up, guys. Sorry if we missed your questions or anything like that, but we're gonna eat some brekkie. But yeah, thanks again for stopping in for live. Thanks for saying good day to the beast.
Cheers, guys.
All right. I'll see you next time.